If it bleeds, it leads. You've probably heard this old newsroom adage and wondered what that means. Welcome back to the Light of Joy, a space where reflection cuts through the noise. Today we are confronting something that seems unavoidable, something we're told is essential, yet often leaves us feeling anxious, helpless, and most of all, scattered. We're talking about the news, how it's presented, what it's doing to our perception, and how it's silently scripting the way we see the world. Your brain is not indifferent to what you consume. In fact, the human mind evolved to be alert to danger. So when you watch or read the news, and 95% of it is negative, wars, crimes, disasters, corruption, scandals, rape, your brain doesn't just observe it, it reacts, it adapts. It believes this is what the world looks like. Why? Because repetition equals truth in our cognitive architecture. When you're bombarded every day with crises, your mind starts perceiving the world as a constellation of emergencies, a constant stream of catastrophes with barely a pause to breathe. This activates the body's stress response, releasing cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Not that cortisol is a bad hormone. In fact, short-term cortisol helps with survival. But long-term exposure? Well, it's a mental health reckoning ball, linked to anxiety, poor sleep, weakened immunity, and emotional dysregulation. In essence, you're stressed not because your personal life is chaotic, but because the curated window into the world is designed to feel like chaos. Let's scrutinize the language of the news. Breaking, crisis, unprecedented, threat, brink of war. This vocabulary is not selected randomly. Newsrooms know exactly that urgency equals attention. So what do? They magnify, dramatize, and exaggerate stories until they seem like the next big thing in the world, even when they're not. Even positive stories are rare and often tokenized. You are very familiar with this. A beautiful baby panda was born after so much effort put in. Aw, that cub looks so cute. Right after 20 minutes of war coverage. It feels dissonant, disingenuous, and yet it's the 5% designed to pacify the guilt of having fed you 95% negativity. It's not about truth. It's about optics and eyeballs. In most cases, the stories are not selected because they matter. They are chosen because they hook. Here's the real face of the biological loop of addiction. The negativity doesn't just upset us. It conditions us. When we follow breaking stories, we feel part of something. We feel updated, smart, and responsible, and this creates a dopamine reward loop. See a headline, get stressed, click for relief, get another stressor, and repeat. It's not knowledge, it's dopamine dressed as duty. Even when the stories are utterly devoid of depth or significance, celebrity feuds, sensational crimes, political gossip, we stay hooked. Why? Because they are emotionally engineered to keep us watching, scrolling, and reacting. In fact, modern news is not public service. It's a business. And in this business, viewership is currency. So, what's the incentive? Make you care about things you wouldn't naturally care about. Inflate drama. Sell you fear. Keep you watching. And this manipulation turns viewers into reactive consumers, not informed citizens. And so many people today can tell you who was arrested, what exploded, where a scandal took place, but can't name a single positive development in global poverty, climate innovation, or peace building. That's not your fault. It's the result of manipulated storytelling. Narratives that suggest nothing good happens, the world is doomed, you're powerless. And once you believe that, you stop asking meaningful questions. You don't have to be uninformed. That's all I'm saying. But you also don't have to be addicted to trauma in real time. You need to schedule your news intake. Don't scroll randomly. Choose intentional windows. Seek constructive journalism, platforms that focus on solutions, not just problems. Ask yourself, is this news or noise? Does it help me understand the world, or does it just hijack my emotions and attention? Reduce cortisol triggers. Balance the chaos with stillness. Nature, poetry, music, real connection. And remember, the world is bigger than the headlines. Good things do happen. They are just not always profitable to report. The news is not just information. It's a lens, crafted, colored, and sometimes distorted. In an age of echo chambers and endless alerts, real wisdom begins with discernment. So ask yourself, are you seeing the world or just someone else's version of it? Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Light of Joy. May you carry this awareness into your day, not with fear, but with clarity. And may your light, undistorted and unafraid, grow ever brighter. Until next time, stay grounded, stay informed, and above all, keep walking in the light of joy.